water level's too low for us to be able to launch the boat, but we did utilize a couple techniques to get him out as safely as we could.
A quick response today as the Tulsa Fire Department raced to get a man out of the Arkansas River. Firefighters were able to get him out of the water within 15 minutes of arriving at the scene. And while low water levels might sound like a good thing, they say it isn't always what it seems. News on 6's Jaden Brannon takes us up close with the member of the water rescue team. Jaden.
Tatum, Tulsa Fire says they typically take the response boat out of the station about 100 times a year, but they aren't always able to launch it into the water to help save people because of low water levels. Some days, looking at the Arkansas River from downtown Tulsa, it looks more like a barren wasteland. But for the folks who go out into the water, they may learn that isn't the case.
They're not sure how fast it's moving or actually how deep it is, so people will venture right in there, get in over their heads, and require us to come rescue them. Wes Lytle, a captain with the Tulsa Fire Department, also serves on the water rescue team. With water, it is a very limited time. Just like a house fire, it's a very limited time for us to achieve and have a successful rescue. He says the state of the river changes like the weather in Oklahoma. Some days it'll look like a desert out there, then other days, the water is high and moving extremely fast. So they need to be prepared for any type of rescue all year long. Now we carry our ropes, our dry suits, which we use here in the winter, and our wet suits we use sometimes during the summer. So often the calls that come in are for people living out in the elements. With the increased homeless population, sometimes they will be in the river either bathing, or there's a lot of homeless encampments along the river. They fall in accidentally. So our response for that community is year-round. This team typically sees an increase of rescues in the summer, but this morning proved they're ready anytime. Now, Tulsa Fire does have 2 of these response boats that they are able to launch into the water. Sometimes they'll launch one further downstream to kind of catch folks down there. Other times they'll launch them at the same time so they can cover more ground and make rescues even faster.
Jaden, a new whitewater park is being built right on the river near Gathering Place. It's expected to bring in a lot more people down on the river. Is there a chance that the fire department could have to respond to more rescues, and how would they be planning that kind of response?
Tulsa Fire is getting ready to gear up to receive more of those calls once the park opens, as more people will be in or near at the water when the park opens. They're already working with the city to kind of figure out what those responses are going to look like when folks gather down there as the park opens.